my name is Mayo Silvers. I am the owner of M2 Hospitality, an event planning company, and also the founder for Events for Anyone, where we provide mentorship programs to event planners to start and grow their event planning company into a six-figure profit business. Today, we're going to talk about how do you overcome price objection, or actually any objections when you're talking to your potential client. So first and foremost, before we can think about how are we going to overcome an objection, we need to find out whether if the objection is even real. A lot of times, people use price as an excuse to not to buy from you because it's the most convenient excuse to use. So for instance, right, we need to identify if the objection is really the real objection. So if your client, of your potential client, tells you that they can't work with you or they are not able to afford your event planning fee, that's why they can't work with you, then you're going to have to ask them a question, okay? And this is the part that you have to be very bold and very humble. And you're going to ask your potential client that, okay, may I ask you a question about that? So you could want to ask them for permission to ask a question about the objection because you want them to stand down. Because every time when someone says no to you, they are expecting you to fight them. So when you ask them for permission to ask them a question about the objection, it sort of like unnerve them a little bit, and they'll be like, sure, yes, what do you want to know? And you're going to ask them that, okay, I understand that you say that you can't afford to work with me because of my fees. So we are going to isolate this objection, all right? This is what you're going to do. You're going to ask them, so assuming that you can afford my fees, would you want to hire me to plan your event? So that's how we isolate that objection. So we say, assuming that you can afford to pay my fees, would you want to work with me? And then you be quiet and let them think their response to you. If their answer is no, not really, not just about price, you know, there are certain, like, I'm not so sure if your style is the same as what I'm envisioning. So you see now, price is not just the main objection. There are other objections, but it's easier for them to shut you down by just telling you price is the objection, instead of having to explain to you why they don't want to work with you, okay? But if their answer is, yes, if your price is at this price range, I will be very happy to hire you as my planner. So now you find out that the price is the real objection, and then you'll be able to find the strategies to handle that objection. What are you going to say or do to overcome that objection? So at this point in time, you already identify the real objection, which is in fact price. You're going to have to share with them the benefits and the value that you bring to them if they hire you as their event planner. So you're going to have to talk about the network that you have, the skills that you have, how you have helped other clients with the same problem, how you have helped them save time and money, the type of end results that you provide for them. So at the end of the conversation, your potential client will have to walk away asking themselves these two questions, all right? They're going to ask themselves, what would it be like if they were to work with you? What will the event look like if they were to work with you? And what will the event look like if they choose not to work with you? Okay? They're trying to compare the cost of hiring you. Is it higher than the end result? Is the end result going to be so much more worth it? So it's an experience that they really want. So the cost of hiring you, it's nothing compared to what you can deliver for them. Or what you will be delivering for them is not worth the price that you are charging. So they will be thinking about these two questions, okay? You want them to be able to come to the conclusion that you want, which is they want to think that hiring you is definitely so much cheaper compared to them doing it themselves. And the experience that you're going to provide for them, or the end result, how the event is going to look like, is going to be so much more worth it. You know, the cost of investment to hire you becomes non-existent for them. It's worth the investment for them. Okay, so I hope you enjoy this tutorial. If you like what you are hearing and seeing, you can always subscribe to my YouTube channels where I also talk about other topics regarding event planning, how to start and grow your event planning business, or you can join our Facebook group where I go on live every Wednesday talking about a topic to help you start and grow your event planning business, and also to hang out with other like-minded event entrepreneurs where we share tips and suggestions and we encourage each other in the path of event entrepreneurship. If you want to join our Facebook group, click below the link to join the Facebook group, and I look forward to seeing you in the Facebook group.